Hey, it's Jackie and welcome back to my channel for a talk through makeup tutorial covering Nina Park inspired makeup. If you can't tell, I am inspired by Emma Stone at the moment. I was between these two shots, both absolutely stunning, but I kind of wanted to try a pixie cut today, so I played with this wig. This is my first attempt at Nina Park inspired makeup, so I'm using all of my all-time favorite products that I know I love and that are easy to use. So I did pull high-end, but if you want to see a fully drugstore version, I can do that for me at Goth. I'm not starting 100% barefaced. This is out of my comfort zone, okay? This hair, I'm sure it'll look good when we're all done. I mean, I really hope so. So I did even out my skin tone a little bit, but I'll show you exactly what I did. Illuminating primer for a little extra hydration and glow. I notice Emma has quite a glow down on her shoulders and then lightly onto the face. And my Holy Grail high-end foundation is the Luminous Silk by Armani. Added a little bit of foundation through the center of the face and then buffed it out with the other side. Armani just reformulated this product, so now it feels a little bit lighter on the skin. I can still see my skin through the foundation, which is very Nina Park. Oop, the light is shining through this window. Hopefully it's not too distracting, but my skin was a little bit too pale and I wanted more variation, so I'm using my Makeup Forever favorite HD skin palette. Use this to death. I'm taking this shade and I'm bringing this through the cheeks, over the nose, and everywhere we're going to contour just a little bit softer, bringing it up the chin. This will make a huge difference. We'll get a lot of dimension. We won't have just one kind of flat skin tone. And why I'm so obsessed with this product is it's very thin on the skin, so you can add the tiniest amount of product. Now I'm going in with the cooler tone contour. And I'm just sculpting those cheekbones. Usually I'd wait for the light to pass, but hopefully you can see what it looks like in natural light. Even adding in the lightest shade here, which I'm almost out of, on the chin and right underneath the contour. I have this beautiful blush from M Cosmetics, Autumn Sky. I think this would look really nice, and then I'll add a bit of rose as well. Ooh, this looks so pretty. Emma's brows are very full. I'm using the Precisely My Brow in shade 4. This is deep, but it does have a little bit of warmth to it, creating hair-like strokes at the head of the brow, filling in any sparse areas. And then making sure I have a nice arch and a shorter tail. Mine actually goes a little bit longer. I'm working with how far my natural brow goes. It reminds me of Audrey brows a little bit, especially with this hair. A lot of Nina Park's clients have very natural looking brows, whether they have little, stray hairs that they just brush up. And then for a little bit more brow separation, this is the 24-hour brow set. Ooh, it's stuck. Taking most of it off. Making sure the head of the brow stands up. Ends up looking pretty lived in. Nose contour is one of my favorite steps. I'm gonna give myself an Emma Stone nose job here with the Smashbox Precision Contour Stick. I've never tried this before, so this is the first time. Smashbox sent me over some of their contour products, and I thought this looked really nice and creamy and perfect for the nose application. This was so easy to blend out and it isn't too dark. This is the shade Light, so it worked really well if you do have fair skin like Emma Stone. And I hate to jump around too much, but I did add this same contour shade just above the Cupid's bow. And starting on that lip line and blending out. This already feels very Emma Stone right now. Let's add some faux freckles and then powder. You can totally use your brow pencil. I just got a new freckle product. How cute! This is by Etude. This one is medium brown. So let's add some freckles. Oh, it's a pen. Let's try. It's great because we haven't powdered yet, so we can add the little dot and then blend it into the skin so it doesn't look too artificial. And if you have any little bumps on your skin, it's great to conceal them as a freckle. Cute. And when we powder, they'll look a little bit less visible. Finally, let's set the skin. I love the Makeup Forever powder. This one is HD Skin Perfecting Pressed Powder in Lavender, but it just goes on translucent. And I never swipe, I just pat. Don't want to disrupt all the work we've done. But I leave some shine coming through the skin. And I'm prepping my lids a little bit. I'm taking Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. This has a tiny bit of pink shift to it. Inner corner of the eye, tip of nose. Okay, there we go. We're finally done the skin. Actually, I do want to add a little bit of a rose blush. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite high-end palette. Of the cheekbone. It often looks like Nina Park uses 2 different blush shades, which I love. You can even diffuse. Moving on to the eyes. The eyeshadows will be subtle and polished. We're using all matte shades. First up, I took Espresso from MAC, a classic, taking it on a blending brush. This is by Rephr. This is 14 Max. Love Rephr brushes. Make eyeshadow so easy. Applying to the outer V. Nothing too perfect. We're gonna blend it out. You can even use your finger. Okay. Next up, I have this warmer shadow palette, which I destroyed accidentally, but this one is from Makeup by Mario. Master Matte's palette, going for something slightly warmer on the lid. And I don't want to go into my crease because my eyes are a little bit bigger and more deep set. Making sure everything's really soft. Tiny brush in an even warmer shade. Adding this underneath the bottom lash line in a bit of a wing. Blending out. This liner is MAC Glider Dye. It's a gel pencil. It's really creamy. Using this to tightline the eye. And then take your favorite liquid liner. I really like this one by Lawless. It's the Easy Eyes liner. I personally find the pen liners the easiest. And starting about halfway, start pressing this right against your lash line as close as you can. And then follow that brown shadow that we laid down in a tiny wing. Also add a little point in the inner corner. Give you that cat eye effect. And maybe I'm seeing things, but it looks like brown liner in the very inner corner, so I'm taking Limitless Brown. Because my eyes are so round, I'm gonna lightly lim my entire waterline. But you could skip this if you want to. Curling my lashes and going with my favorite mascara. This is MAC Stack Elevated. Not too much, just coating my upper lashes and then dotting along the bottom. You can totally stop there, but I picked up these lashes from Kiss. They have an invisible band, and I'm using 2 mediums and 1 small to fill out my outer lash line. This helps kind of taper them out and give more of a cat-like effect, even though my eyes are quite a bit rounder. Wow, I love this eye look. I think it's so understated and pretty. It still took quite a bit of work, but it looks fabulous. And let's finally do the Nina Park lip. Oh my gosh, I just filmed the whole lip tutorial and it got deleted. I guess my camera like overheated. So let's take this off and we'll just do it all over again. Won't take too long. Did this earlier, but let's start again. This is the Smashbox Precision Contour Stick in Light. Applying in the Cupid's bow. And a little bit overlining sides of the bottom lip. Let's blend this out. This is a good shade because you get some dimension without it being too ashy. It can start to look funny if you go with a shade that's a bit too cool. Usually I go with Makeup Forever for my lip liners. They're some of my all-time favorite, but I do find if we're blending, sometimes they're actually a little hard to blend. So instead I'm going with Peri Para. Love this brand for lip liners, and this is the shade Chocolate Brown, but it does come off like a deep rose, which is perfect for this look. First creating a bit of a rounder Cupid's bow, very subtly overlining the top lip. I'm underlining my bottom lip and then softly filling that in. And let's blend. This is a brush from Charlotte Tilbury. It's an eye brush, I think, but I love it for lips. I don't want it too hazy though because I do like the definition. We already have a bit of haziness from the contour stick. Another step that I like to do is with Endless Cacao. This one is quite a bit cooler. Where the light hits, where you can see like my natural lip line, just patting it over top. This kind of camouflages it a little better. Finally, for the lip color, it looks really similar to one of my all-time favorite lipsticks, which is by Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Pillow Talk Medium. Weirdly, I hate Pillow Talk on me, but I love Pillow Talk Medium. It's just too like light and pink, the other one. But this is such a pretty deeper shade. Just patting it along. We're doing lots of layers for the lip. I also have this Revlon Shine lipstick. Guess it's more of a balm. This will help add some moisture, but also pick up a little bit of texture on the lip. You could leave it totally like this if you want to really emulate the photo. I see a little bit of a highlight, so I'm just using what I already used on my nose and inner corner of the eye. And I think it looks so pretty. What do you think of this Nina Park inspired makeup look? For me, I find my lip line is a little too harsh to make it too blended. Then it does start to look funny on me. So I didn't blend it too much, but I do have that little bit of contour above the Cupid's bow, and I think it looks really nice. So let me know what you think. All the products are listed down below, and let me know again if you'd like to see a part 2. I was thinking Mia Goth, but if you have any other like iconic Nina Park faces you'd like to see me try to recreate, let me know, and I will see you in my next one. Take a look at this wig, by the way. It was like $25. It looked so rough when I first applied it, but I cut it, I styled it, added some texture. If you want to catch up on some of my latest videos, I did a really fun decluttering, could inspire some organization. Or for more makeup tutorials, I do have a Valentine's Day playlist with some of my favorite looks I've ever done. Hope you find one that's perfect for you.